Hello, I'm Disney Dave and welcome to my channel. Here you can find things all Disney and Walt Disney World. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified when new content is uploaded.
First came the Magic Kingdom, then the incredible Epcot Center. Now comes the new Disney MGM Studios theme park. The Disney MGM Studios theme park at Walt Disney World in Florida.
About changing your hair color. Imagine a hair color that leaves your hair in better condition than before you colored it. It's not impossible because Bernard Rogers uses Shades EQ Conditioning Color Gloss from Redken.
Hollywood, 1959. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age, the Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right, a beacon for the show business elite. Now, something is about to happen that will change all that. On an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed. Tonight's story on the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard because in tonight's episode, you are the star, and this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
Continue down the hall.
very night long ago, 5 people stepped through the door of an elevator and into a nightmare. That door is opening once again, and this time, it's opening for you. Discover what lies beyond the 5th dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination, in the Tower of Terror. Something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone.
Today on our Backlot, they're filming some special effects tests. Now, Greg has pretty much a lot of pull around the area. He's been here for quite a long time. And he may be able to drive through in between sets. I'll let you know a little later on the tour. By the way, folks, feel free to film as much video and camera as you like. Or shoot. Because on our backstage tour, you never know who or what you might see. Well, off to your immediate right is our prop warehouse. And just beyond that is our motor pool, one of our outdoor storage facilities. The bullet-ridden sedans you see were used in the film Dick Tracy, starring Warren Beatty, Al Pacino, and Madonna. Now here's your first photo opportunity. If you look high in the sky off to your right, is the symbol of Disney MGM Studios, the award-winning Eiffel Tower. Now that tower stands a lucky 13 stories tall and is topped off by a set of Mickey Mouse ears. Each of those ears weighs over 5,000 pounds. Now for all you trivia buffs, that's a hat size of 342 3/8. And we know this because during the holiday season, we top that tower off with a red stocking cannon. A little bit closer to the ground is airports around the country knew this Gulfstream one as the 234 Mickey Mouse, but here at the studios, we simply refer to it as the Mouse. Walt bought the plane in 1964 and used it to fly secret scouting missions over Central Florida in search for the perfect location of Walt Disney World. The 2 silver space pods there that we're passing were used in the Disney film Flight of the Navigator. And as we navigate this corner, the bungalows off to the left were used in production, where production crews uses their headquarters while filming at the studios. In recent weeks, we've had such things as the ABC sitcom Family Matters film their season finale. Off to the right is a small branch of our greenery department. Here we store plants, trees, and shrubs until they're ready to be used on set. Now greenery is often used to hide what the camera isn't supposed to see. That's why we grow them in portable boxes so they easily can be transported from set to set. Now if we use them in our sound stages, we must fireproof each leaf, branch, and twig. And that is because the intensity of the lights in the side of the sound stages. At the end of our greenery department is sculpted plants we call topiaries. Now they're made of ficus leaves and sphagnum moss and take anywhere from 3 months to 10 years to develop, depending on size and shape. We have a cast of over 180 topiaries throughout our resort. Well, it looks like Greg's taking us into a section of the tour we call creative costuming. in costuming. It all starts out with the up to 180 artists design and manufacture costumes for our motion picture, television, and entertainment needs here at the Walt Disney World. In some of the display cases, you will be able to see actual costumes worn by the actors and actresses in their represented production. Well, folks, it takes a lot more than a pretty costume to put on a great show. There's also technical sides to our studio, and that's where our lighting, audio, and camera departments come in. And you'll be able to see that off to your left. This is where we put together sophisticated equipment packages used by production crews on our sound stages and backlot. We also provide crews for such things as rock concerts, location shoots, and any other needs around the country. 10 years. Until it was used and modified for video production, our plane was recently hijacked on Soundstage 3 in the film Passenger 57 starring Wesley Snipes. Now, off to your left is our scenic shot where carpenters put together and maintain sets used on our backlots and sound stages. Currently, they're working on The Spirit of Pocahontas, which makes its theater debut June 23rd in our backlot theater. Well, our carpenters got a little crazy one day, and they filmed right here. That solar van you see was one of 3 identical props used in the film. Underneath the green canopy, you'll see our underwater special effects tank. Here, created for Terry Hulk Hogan in Thunder in Paradise, the bottom of that pool is actually carved out to look like the ocean floor. Well, it looks like we're going deeper into our backlot, into a street we call residential. Now, a lot of people say, Brian, I would love to come and live at Walt Disney World, but folks, before you pack your bags, take a look at the first house coming up on your right side. The art says it all, open house. There are no insides or backs to any of these homes on the street. When Jim Varney was filming Ernest Saves Christmas, he used house number 242 for the exterior shot of Vern's house. Now, because different scripts call for different neighborhoods, we have 8 different styles of American architectural represented. On your left side, that pink Mercedes-Benz you see there was driven by Dolly Parton in Straight Talk. Okay, now we come to a Sophia. The exteriors of that house were filmed here, and the actual show was filmed in California. Now, if she wanted to answer the door, that would be quite a walk. The next home here is Alice's home in the Disney Channel's Adventures in Wonderland. And her right across the street on your right side is the Touchstone television hit sitcom Empty Nest, starring Richard Mulligan, Dinah Manoff, and my personal favorite, our 30-foot dog. And that was used in The Rocketeer. That's the Bulldog Cafe, where the flyers meet to eat. The small GB airplane you see there. In the film, Howard Hughes gave that to The Rocketeer. In reality, it's nothing more than a full-size prop that never quite got off the ground. Well, if you look straight ahead, it's actually modeled after an SR, that boat is actually modeled after an SR-71 Blackbird spy plane, and it's been clocked at speeds of over 70 miles an hour. That 1920 black Chrysler car with the green spokes was used in The Untouchables, starring Sean Connery and Kevin Costner. That big C-123 cargo plane was used in a film called Operation Dumbo Drop, starring Danny Glover, Ray Liotta, and Dougie Doug. That movie is set to release sometime this summer. Now, the military-looking vehicles you see along with this huge tank were used by director Steven Spielberg in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. If you notice the rubber treads on the tank, and if you notice the treads, they're actually made of rubber. That was for the safety of the stuntmen and actors. The 3 blue Plymouths were used in the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Each time Detective Eddie Valent drove his girlfriend's Dolores car into Toontown and was blown up, then we would have to use another one. There was a total of 7 in the production. The trolley car you see there is actually a bus modified to look like a trolley car. If you notice, the fiberglass steel wheels are actually fiberglass plates fitted over the tires of the bus. As we pass our executive yacht club, The push carts and batter bobsled was used in the 1993 film Cool Runnings, starring Dougie Doug and John Candy. The two futuristic cars, the blue and white ones, were used in the film Blade Runner, starring Harrison Ford. The small red car was used in Hardcastle and McCormick. Now, if you look across the canal, there's a backstage view of our residential street. If you notice, some of the architectural designs, such as the shingles, only come to where the camera can see. Now, that's an old Hollywood production trick we call saving money. And saving money we need to do because it looks like Greg has gotten us in some clearance into here. They must be, yeah, it's about lunchtime for these guys, so we're going to be pulling in. We do ask that you remain seated because we will be pulling on a bumpy bridge. Please grab a hold of, you know, items like your cameras and purses and maybe your favorite small children. As we enter the canyon, I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. It was modeled after an actual canyon in Southern California, and it took our production crews nearly 6 months to develop. Now, that's a long time for one set, but if you consider the length of time it takes Mother Nature to put the whole thing together, it's really not that bad. We will be stopping in the canyon so that you guys all can take pictures and take a closer look at it. And I can tell you a little bit more about it. Well, you can't see it from here, but directly above your head is the platform where production crews mount their camera so they can shoot down into the canyon. Now that tanker truck you see there was actually stored in our boneyard. However, the production crew needed it for the set, so we couldn't drive it across the ravine. So we had to hoist it up and over the canyon wall and back down into the canyon with a crane. The water dripping you see there they were probably testing a rain effect. Production crews often like those. There must be someone left. This is a rain effect I was telling you about. At any rate, they shoot it in a crisscross fashion about 20 feet over the canyon. To the eye of the two-dimensional camera, it actually appears to be raining throughout the entire canyon. If you notice closely. Scene 1, take 2. It looks like we're going to be in the scene, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. Guys, we're still in the canyon. As we exit the canyon, if you look off high and to the right, you'll see Forrest Frank goggles. And by the way, they were playing last night. He may have needed them. As we exit the canyon itself is a steel structure covered in a wire mesh, then covered in a colored cement. We then hand carved the cement to look like natural rock formation. The yellow piping you see there was used to bring the fire and explosions you saw to the water up and into the canyon. Now those air cannons are so powerful that if you brought them to New York City, stuck a basketball in them, you could shoot the basketball up and over the Empire State Building. The earthquakes you felt were created with hydraulic shaker tables underneath the cars. With the help of Hollywood production team, what seemed to be an out-of-control disaster was nothing more than a... We're now pulling into the Studio Showcase where we feature some costumes, awards, and props from some of your favorite movies and TV shows. Film movies like like Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, Santa Claus, and Star Wars. And some of your favorite movies for all you home improvement fans, that'll be in there also. Please stay seated.
Housing is every house in one night. These will all be answered in this one. This means the movie North Pole is not what it used to be. They have tried and they have failed to keep this information in the public. But they realize now.
Home Improvements 10 outlet stars in Walt Disney Pictures' new release for Halloween.
So how's it going? That's things up. What's your language item? Check the laser cannons.
Star Tours is now offering convenient daily departures to the exotic moon of Endor. Come spend an afternoon or the...
Well, the Ewoks thought it was mine. Besides, I could be of great assistance as an interpreter.
All droids leaving the system must be cleared by customs control. Proof of ownership is required for all droid passengers.
Proof of ownership? We droids are made to suffer such indignities.
Well, don't worry. This is you're not here. No, I finished him hours ago. But thanks for trying to help me out. You haven't... I've got to get back to work. Just keep on
So I want you all to be my acting coaches. Show me if this is Gaston. So, will Gaston do this going up to Belle? Hi, Belle. Is that like Gaston? No, not really. How about this? Is this more like Gaston? Hello, Belle. Is that more like Gaston? Yeah, pretty much. Not strong, but you know. Telling everyone that the Indians, the savages, stole all the gold. And that's why he has none left for him. So we have this little mustache and goatee to give him that little more menacing look. He's got this very wide brim hat. Shaded in here. Brim there. A very undeserving little feather. And here he is in all his pompous, power-hungry, comical glory. Is the Lord Governor. Let's hear some boos for him now. John Ratcliffe. Boo! Poor guy. Nobody liked him. We have a lot of, there's some similarities to other Disney heroines. As in Little Mermaid, Ariel has beautiful long flowing hair, which flows in the water, whereas Pocahontas' hair flows in the wind. And the wind has a very big part to play in the film. And when you see the film, you'll notice how much the hair plays a role in it, how much it comes alive. It's amazing how they had a team of animators just working on her hair, so they can get all the movements down. It's constantly moving.
As Walt Disney Pictures presents its animated feature film. It all started with one purpose. Ever since Steamboat hit the screen in the 1920s, people of all ages.
Trust me on this one. Now our scene begins when Ken rocks the pilot house to simulate movement on the high seas. To make it more believable, we'll add some rain. And in a moment, I'll 2, 3. Stop it! And cut. Nice job. For the SS, totally sinkable. In our action-packed adventure, all hands on deck. Are you ready, Captain? Then get those binoculars up because here we go. You're on patrol in the deepest, darkest region of our special effects water tank when out in the distance you spot a battleship. That's right, it's over this way, Captain. You run a torpedo to the battle section. Fire 1, Captain. Nice shot. Unfortunately, it was one of ours. Now look what you've done. Enemy planes coming in. Target close. Done, Captain, done. Skipper Melanie. Look off. Nice shot, Melanie. All right, we're now going to play that Captain Duck's explosive performance in super slow.
How you doing, folks? Welcome to our workshop. So we're the wizards of art and technology, create illusions you find on big movie screens. It all starts off with a storyboard. Afterwards, detailed miniature sculptures and drawings are created and uses guides for large and full-scale props like Andy, I'm going to show the kids over there. Now, props like Andy are brought to...
Kyle, here's the scene. You're on top of this giant bee. You're flying through the backyard. It's the scariest ride of your life. When I say action, I want you to wave your arms, kick your feet, act like you're really scared. Cameras ready. And action! Wave those arms, guys. Kick those feet. If you look at the bee, you see remain stationary on the floor. Take a look at those monitors. You'll see how our computer-assisted camera makes it appear that the bee's flying.
Thanks.
You'll see what it takes to turn rough, hand-drawn sketches into a beautiful feature-length animated film. In about 6 minutes, we're going to be heading into the first of the 2 theaters on our tour, so before we do, please take your time and look around at all the displays and exhibits while I tell you just a little bit about our showcase gallery. Pocahontas. Now, although the characters in Pocahontas are based on real-life figures, our version is more of a love story than a historical drama. Dude will be doing her singing. The music will be provided by Academy Award-winning composer Alan Menken, who previously won Oscars for his work on the Little Mermaid production of this film. Altogether, it took over 775 Disney artists, animators, and technicians, almost 4 years and more than 1 million drawings to complete Pocahontas. Nearly 20 minutes of the film's total animation was completed right here in our These are coveted by museums, galleries, and private collectors throughout the world. The artwork in this collection, you can see several of the Oscars that have been awarded to the Walt Disney Studios. Following the award-winning tradition of The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin, The Lion King just won 2 more Oscars, one for Best Original Score and the other for Best Original Song. That was Can You Feel the Love Tonight, bringing the total number of Academy Awards for display in our showcase gallery. You've all come at a great time. Our animators have recently begun work on the first animated feature that's going to be entirely made at our Florida studio. It's going to be called The Legend of Mulan, and it'll be big. Our staff has nearly tripled in size since the doors first opened at the Disney MGM Studios on May 1st, 1989. We still have a few minutes before we head into the first theater, folks, so please take your time and look around. If you have any questions?
And I'm proud to welcome you to the Great Movie Ride. I'll be taking you from this Hollywood sound stage right into the middle of the action of the greatest films ever made. Beginning with the Hollywood of the 1930s and right up to the top films of today. In the 1960s, that lurk in the shadows of the big city. This is the underworld. Scene of such classic gangster films as The Public Enemy. Hey, okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, boy. Roger just want the horn so everybody knows we're here. Shut up.
Hightail it out of here. Go right ahead if that's what you're a mind to do. A long time ago, I made me a rule. Let
Reach for the sky. You're under arrest. Give yourself up. Maybe the judge will go easy on you. You'll swing for this.
The spaceship Nostromo. Something has gone wrong. One by one, the crew has vanished. And somewhere in the ship, a terrifying creature waits to claim its name. Warning, remain in your vehicle. The area you are entering is extremely dangerous. Proceed with caution. Years lies undisturbed in this ancient burial chamber, and on the chest of the great stone god, a priceless jewel.
Halt, unbeliever. Disturb the treasure of the gods, and you shall all pay with your lives.
Sometimes the voice. You have no power here. Now be gone before someone drops a house on you too.
I'll bide my time. But just try to stay out of my way. Just try. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
The sooner we get out of Oz, the better. Excuse me, sir, which... Here's the whole city. Oh, we're almost there at last. Look, Emerald City is closer and prettier than our own Toto.
And you know how many people believe that fact? Not just kids, I'm talking college-educated types.
Create a storm sequence using some heavy-duty mechanical effects. Let's see how he's doing there. Adam! Hey Adam, how's it going? You ready? You said you might enjoy it more. Pull up your hood. See, let's make it a little bit more believable. I'm going to end the wind, and Twins going down there to end the rain. But you know, most importantly, I need all of you to give the action. So the captain ready to everyone here say down. Stop it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was terrific. Now let's take that scene you guys did with Adam and put it with footage of our miniature technique. Shot in a similar take using the same thing in rain effects. That way we're going to see how miniatures, mechanical effects, and of course our very brave skipper, all come together to create a classic high-speed adventure. Of course, we still need 2 more things that one of these things has to be. This is provided by our water cannon, and we also need an actor provided by a brave, unsuspecting volunteer. Hi, what's your name? Well, Carla, not anymore. Now you are Captain Duck, and you're commander of the SS Totally Sinkable in our action-packed adventure, All Hands on Deck. All right, Captain Duck, get your knockers up, because you are out on patrol on the deepest, darkest regions of our special effects water tank, when off in the distance you spot a battleship. Now, Captain Duck, that's right over here, and you're going to fire a torpedo right to its bow section. Fire 1! Unfortunately, that was my fire. I'm going to call you in. Anybody can look at me, Captain Duck. Pull a sheet, Captain. I'm sure glad that's all. Captain, looks like you survived the air raid. So, look up. Take a look up. We can watch Captain Duck's explosive performance in super slow motion.
On the big screen. Now it all starts with a storyboard. The miniature sculptures are made and used as a guide to create full-size mechanical props, well, like Auntie here. Now sometimes these creatures work like puppets, with off-camera operators using cables to move them. In other cases, miniature figures are brought to special effects as drawbridge and Storybook, for example, are 2 of the miniatures used in Dick Tracy, a film that has taken the art of visual effects to a whole new level. Now this particular scene is made up of 4 elements: miniatures, 1-ton model train, and realistically detailed miniature set with just the right lighting. Now, the action of this miniature train and the live actors had to exactly match, so this steam train was powered by a system of computer-driven cable.
Back of a big scary bee for the craziest, scariest, wildest ride of your lives. So now you'll action, wave your arms, kick your legs, and act like you're really scared. Camera's ready? And action. Illusion of lighting. Hi. Paul, can we set up for one more take? Okay. All right, thank you. Girls, we need falling off the side of the bee, and you sure don't want to do that, just like that. So you're going to take this hand and reach all the way up there asking for Nicole's help. Nicole, you reach down and grab Natalie's hand and dramatically save her life. That look
Sitting over there, that's 234 Mickey Mouse, commonly known around here as simply the Mouse. Walt Disney bought this plane in 1964, and one of its first assignments was to shuttle Walt and his Imagineers between California and New York for the World's Fair. Over on your left side of the bungalows that house the production, and each year they use over 175,000 yards of fabric to produce 12,000 costumes for motion picture, television, and live entertainment needs. As you ride through this department, you see some of the original costumes worn by Christian Bale and Bill Pullman in the Newsies, Eddie Murphy and the Distinguished Gentleman, Whoopi Goldberg in Sister Act, Bill Campbell in The Rocketeer, and the human co-stars of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Here in Florida, we're very proud to say that we have the world's largest working wardrobe with over 2.5 million garments, and that's increasing every single day. Coming up next is our lighting department. The lighting department can generate up to 3.5 million watts of light on or off the set. That's enough light to light up the entire city of Orlando. Back over on your left side is our scenic shop, where carpenters begin construction of sets later finish on sound stages. These talented artisans have built everything from a 40-foot wooden submarine for a music rock video to the large turntables you see on the Mickey Mouse Club. They also built the sets for Wheel of Fortune and Star Search 93. As we exit the tunnel, take a look off to your left at our guard shack from Sterling Laboratories in Nevada. In October '91, Rick Moranis was on the B. Arthur, Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty. Yes, the Emmy Award-winning Golden Girls. The exteriors were shot here, then edited together with interior footage on a soundstage, giving you the finished show you saw on Saturday night. If you do recognize the Golden Girls house, you might recognize this next peach-colored house coming up on your right. The Blackjack Savage. It was modeled after the SR-71 Blackbird biplane, and it's been clocked to over 70 miles per hour. The red car, nicknamed the Coyote, you might recognize from Hardcastle and McCormick, and that tail section of a plane, oh, is from that classic movie from 1942, Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. First half of that plane you probably saw in a great movie ride. Also coming up on your right side, one of the orange and fiberglass wheel covers, you see the bus tires right underneath. And there's those spaceships I told you about. Those are the two silver space pods from the Disney movie Flight of the Navigator. I pointed out to you on Residential Street that the houses were just facades or empty shells. Take a look across the canal to your right, you're going to get a real backstage view. You're going to notice right away that there is not a lot of privacy in that community. And coming up is a rather large-scale standing set that was modeled after an actual canyon in California. Unfortunately, this set is off limit to us this evening because they're shooting a big finale for an upcoming disaster film. What we're going to do, we're going to circle around back. Hopefully we can see some of those special effects as they shoot that movie. That will be exciting. Yes, it will.
Don, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Production crew leader called me earlier and said that they were gonna go on a break at 7:05. In fact, they were wrapping up at 7:05. So he gave us permission to go inside, take a look around.
Thank you. Folks, we're going inside the canyon. They wrapped it up. Said it took 6 months to build, and that's a lot of time for one set, but considering how long it took Mother Nature to build a real thing, I guess that's not too bad. Thank you very much, Mike. This is beautiful. Now, remember when I told you that we can recreate just about anything, including the weather? What does the script call for a real rain downpour? In movie making, time is money, and sometimes Mother Nature does not cooperate. So when the cameras are ready to roll, the rain has to be ready to fall. Now, to create this illusion, we use high-powered water spouts just overhead out of camera range. The nozzles at the end of the spout shoot the water upward and outward, giving you a nice, natural rainfall. Isn't that refreshing? Well, the wind is not blowing this way too hard. It's a little bit too even. You didn't get too wet, did you? Just a little spray? I exaggerated, didn't I? Oh, I apologize for those on the left who disappoint you to get soaked. I'm really sorry. Okay, Mike, we're done. Wait a minute, Mike. Scene 1, take 2. Wait a minute, Mike, you told me to finish shooting, Mike. Mike, there's a miscommunication. Well, you got the wrong time. Hey guys, wait a minute. We have a shuttle load of Mike, look at this. What are we gonna do? I don't know. They don't even know we're in it, Mike. Mike, I think you should report if this truck is in for the shuttle right here. We're gonna go home. Wait a minute. Look what it is. Another what? Another take? No, I don't think so. How did you like her, Tasha Buchanan, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Number one, and you know it. Yes, indeed. Well, player Mike, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you put on an Academy Award performance inside the canyon today. Yes, you did. Yeah, the terrified looks I saw up here in the front car. And the screams up and down the shuttle seemed so real to me. Yes, they did. On the people flying from the left and the right, that was good stunt work. Good job. Oh, with the parents back there holding up their children to block the water. I saw that.
Well, we don't have to tell him, do we?
There is nothing to worry about.
No, nothing. Just our entire future.
Oh, pish posh. We'll merely invite this lovely audience to be our guests for dinner.
All of them. There's so many.
Calm yourself, Codsworth, and keep it simple.
What are you talking about? What's going on? Come on, Mom.
Come along, Chip, dear.
Oh, dear.
No need to worry.
We'll keep it simple.
Hi.
Stop! Stop it, I say. Do you hear me? Oh, I said quiet! If we're going to do, then let's do it.
But of course, we must make them feel welcome. Invite you to relax. Pull up a chair. Understand, Master. The poor girl has lost her father and her freedom all in one day.
Need I remind you that your 21st birthday will be here soon?
I know that. Perhaps she has come to break the spell.
Remember, you must learn to love another and earn their love in return.
I know. And then we might all be human again.
Yes, yes, human again. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's very good.
How lovely.
A human again. Wow. Oh no.
I thought I told you never to come here.
I just wanted to find out what was
It's none of your business.
Please, stop.
You shouldn't have come to the West Wing.
And you should learn how to control your temper.
I can't help it.
Well, how do you know if you don't even try?
Say something nice to her.
Try to act like a gentleman. tried to warn you. It's all my fault.
At least I get to see you one last time.
I won't let you die.
It's better this way.
No, no, please. Please don't leave me. I love you.
amount of risk and danger and all the stunts we do here. That's right. And that's why we depend so much on our crew, because, well, they make us look good. That's right. They back us up all the time, and teamwork's what it's all about, right? That's right. Yeah. Say, Chris, I gotta talk to back about this next scene, right? All of these stunts are real, as are the risks involved in performing them. The cast and crew are trained professionals, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of incredibles. Wade. How you doing? What's your name? Joe. Joe, having a good time? Oh, excellent. Good. I need a volunteer. Joe, sometimes an extra will do something really great and get a bigger part in the film. Tears in his eyes. Ready? Thank you. Thank you. Roll cameras. Rolling. And speed.
Number 16, 113 Apple, Tower Chase, take 1 mark.
Trust hot! Play back. Background action. And action.
Actually, I read that somewhere, some guy was on Oprah one day, he bought one pair, but it was ungodly. And he's letting them use them somewhere. Maybe he's letting them use them. I want to maybe.
Hello, everybody. My name is Heather, and I'm proud to welcome you to the Great Movie Ride. I'll be taking you from this Hollywood soundstage right into the middle of the action of the greatest films ever made, beginning with the Hollywood of the 1930s to the top films of today. What better way to start things off than to look at those glamorous movie musicals? And no one produced more extravagant production-winning film, Mary Poppins. Let's listen in. Classic gangster films as The Public Enemy Star.
I'm telling you, very last time. George comes around, he's gonna leave you some beer, you're gonna take it. And you're gonna kick in with the dog. And if you don't, somebody's gonna drop by here and kick your teeth out one at a time.
So do you think you are? Whatever you say.
Look, the heat's on your seat, and your fancy car is mine to get out of here, so you beat it. I said scram out of here when you're gonna get away. Here they come, boss! Get out, you grinders! Go on, beat it, you said!
See you in church. What are you looking at?
I'd think about turning back if I was you. That is, if you want my opinion. But I reckon you ought to do what you think is best.
Now that we're in the clear, this is the perfect time for me to start collecting up all your valuables.
One by one, the crew has vanished, and somewhere in the ship, a terrifying creature waits to claim its name.
I don't like the sound of that.
Warning, remain in your vehicle. The area you are entering is extremely dangerous. Proceed with caution.
The emergency distress system is now activated. Ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic
Slow down!
expires T-minus 5 minutes.
lady, I think you like you. Well, you got your good days, and you've got your bad days. This is definitely a... You get a load of that chunk of ice. Come to Papa.
Oh, to pardon me, Beaver. Disturb the treasure of the gods, and you shall all pay with your lives.
Goes to show you that anything can happen in the movies. Okay, let's get on with our show. The history of motion pictures were produced. Sometimes the action took place in a mummy's secret burial chamber, here on suspecting explorers, like often as they're doing. And here's Walt Disney's biggest movie star. Let's be over the rainbow with the most beloved movies of all time, The Wizard of Oz.
Who killed the Wizard of East? Was it you?
All the yellow brick road? Now why did I think of that? Films that made them famous. Juliet, hasten. Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disney MGM Studios is proud to present Sorcery in the Sky. Lights. Camera. Action. taking the art of animation beyond a simple moving comic strip. On the eve of November 13th, 1940, and in the very same theater where Mickey Mouse made his debut only a dozen years before, Walt's dream finally came true. A 3-year effort to marry animation to classical music and a beat. We hope you have enjoyed our Sorcery in the Sky spectacular.